Bed liner is made up of two chemicals, a resin and an iso. And when we're in the booth spraying, we have a gun and a machine that basically pumps it together, pumps it out of the gun, and mixes it internally of the gun and sprays it all over your bed.
You trying to get us demonetized?
Yes.
Talking about guns?
Yep.
The fuck, man?
People tend to use spray and bed liners, for just bed protection, dent resistance, chemical resistance, UV protection. Also as an anti-slip, it helps keep stuff from sliding around it. There are multiple manufacturers of bed liner sprays. We've used Rhino Linings, we've used Ultimate Liner. We came upon Bullet Liner during the whole shortage thing, and we ended up really liking them because they adhere to the bed really, really, really well. So the process to getting your truck ready to have the bed liner sprayed on it is, first, we're going to clean out any of the debris or anything that's inside the bed. Second, we're going to tape and put the cut tape down so that way you get those nice clean lines. And then the final kind of two steps are going to be, we're going to scuff all the floor up to make sure it adheres properly. And then once you're done scuffing, you're going to use acetone and denatured alcohol to clean it out and make sure there's no contaminants or anything on the bed. The reason why I would choose spray and bed liner over a drop-in bed liner any day of the week is because the drop-in bed liner sits on top of your paint, and as you're driving down the road, it'll sit there and rub, and then eventually it'll rub through the paint and create rust issues. You'll have holes in the bed, so on and so forth. Also, stuff tends to slide around a lot in drop-in bed liners. You don't run into any of those issues with spray and bed liner because it is adhered to the bed itself. Spray and bed liner is one of the only things you can do to a vehicle that's aftermarket that'll actually increase the value of your truck, and it typically increases it about the cost of the spray. Things that would cause an extra cost or add a little bit to the spray is if we have to do any sort of repair work, holes, rust, any of that stuff. If you bring in the bed and it's just insanely dirty, we've seen it with paint stuck to the bed floor, we've seen it with manure, heck, even concrete. Those all add time to the install. One other thing that will incur a little bit of an extra cost because we have to uninstall it and reinstall it is a tonneau cover or a bed cover. What can you spray beyond just a bed liner? I mentioned earlier you could do walls, outside of vehicles, you can do anything that gets beat up. I have a jerry can that I sprayed the bottom of, so that way when I set it on the ground, it doesn't scratch or rust or anything like that. Basically, when it comes to what you can apply this to, the world is your oyster. I will tell you one thing, is if you spray it to plastic, it has to be completely encased. This stuff does not like to stick to plastic. Bullet Linings has come through clutch, especially in the chemical shortage time. We're one of the few places out here in the Kansas City area that actually still has access to the chemicals. Their customer service has been awesome. Part of the reason why we moved to them. And if we ever need to get a hold of them, it's really easy to do. Spray and bed liner is scratch resistant, dent resistant, UV resistant, chemical resistant. So Bullet Linings does carry a lifetime warranty for as long as you own the vehicle. The one thing you do have to keep in mind is it has to be an authorized dealer to do the warranty work. There are people who spray Bullet Lining, but they are not authorized dealers. So just make sure when you bring it in for warranty work, it is to an authorized dealer like us here at Extreme. So one cool thing about spray and bed liners is you can get it different colors. It is just gonna be way more expensive and a lot more work. When it comes to spray and bed liners, the initial cure only takes seconds, but it does take about 24 hours for the final cure. So before you go and throw anything heavy into the bed, Make sure you give it that 24-hour period, otherwise you'll ruin the texture. Here at Extreme, I would dare to say we have one of the best spray guys in the Kansas City area, if not in the country. He can get your vehicle done fast, but we do ask that we get the vehicle for like a 3 or 4 hour period. That way, if for whatever reason there's an issue, we can either go back and correct it, or make sure it comes out the way you wanted to the first time. Steve has sprayed roughly in the neighborhood of probably 10,000 vehicles. He's been doing this for a decade. I'm Josh from Extreme Truck and Auto. Today we talked about our spray and bed liner that we have here, bullet linings. We went over the warranty, all of what it's resistant to, chemical impact, all that stuff. And then also, what needs to be done before and after. If you guys have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Also, don't forget to hit the like button down below. We'll catch you guys later.